Why am I doing this? I've never done anything like this. I've never really even posted something at all like this. So why am I doing it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Whatever the reason I am doing this, it seems a little more lucid than feelings, but a little more vague than ideas. So I'm questioning. I do want to do this regularly. I think, like a lot of things we do or we should be doing, reading, dieting, exercise, meditating, stretching. They're all things that we should, probably do it every day or some form of regularly. So I guess that's why I'm doing that. I'm doing this, I should say. What do I hope this becomes? I'm not sure. I don't really have any plans for it. It's just kind of a seed. I hope it blossoms, but I don't really have a care how which way the tree grows, whether it has five branches or two or whatnot. Whether it's an apple tree, or an orange tree, or whatever, citrus. It could be anything it wants to be. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I do want to keep it a regular thing though, so we'll do this more regularly. I'm doing this on Monday, and originally, I think I titled this Monday Muse or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm recording this in one take, one go at it. One hit wonder. No, we are doing this on the first go, but damn, I like so the goal with this is I'm trying to keep them to about 24 minutes. But damn, I'm just realizing how long 24 minutes is. Can I really talk to myself for that long? I don't think I'm that interesting. Oh my gosh. Am I I better get interesting fast. That's all I gotta, tell myself. So we'll figure that out. But again, going back to why this, I mean, maybe I should question who is this for? Who is this for? Who is this for? Maybe that's the question I should be asking myself. I think it's for me, for the most part. I think it's also for friends and family. I I think I sometimes just struggle to schedule things with people and keep them up to date and just let them know how I'm doing. I don't know, it's just something hard for me to do because I freaking hate friends. Yeah, I don't like my friends. That's why I don't like hanging out with them. No, but I'm not sure. I find it really hard to just be like, "Hey, let's call for 30 minutes." I don't know. I always have to make things a big deal. I can't just do like a 30-minute call. It has to be like a 2 hour talk, walk and talk, or some kind of screening. I don't know. So it just always feels like it has to be such a big deal. I don't know why I always struggle with that. So that's what we're doing this for. And I, I'm more comfortable, I think, writing for the most part than I am kind of going off the top of my head. This is definitely, I think, a skill I should develop more. So I'm having fun doing this. Uh, we're learning. That's what I'll say. Well, I'm learning. I don't know if I'd say fun yet, but definitely learning. But yeah, no, like I said, I definitely think I express myself better on the page. So why am I talking then? Why am I doing this talking business? For the most part, it's because the fact I know that I'm better on the page makes me a lot more perfectionist, a lot more focused on it. And so when things don't come across well or perfectly on the page, I tell and I rip it apart. So maybe that's why I'm doing more of a talking thing. Something to just kind of let loose a little bit, just so I don't have that as much pressure, I guess, to get everything right, get it right on the first try or whatnot. So that's interesting. I tried to do a newsletter. I was originally going to do like a weekly newsletter thing and send that out to friends and people I liked or something like that. But, that's not happening. We're doing this instead. So it's good. It's good. It's good. What do I have going on? So, what, graduation, I went home 2 weeks, hung out with friends, hung out with people, and then I came back here, and now I'm in LA. It was good being back home. I think I had a friend I reached out to, he's way more into current events than I am, and it's good. It's good. It helped me realize that I am not doing enough to be informed. I'm literally, I think I'm just doing myself a disservice by not knowing what the heck is going on with the world with so much that is going on. And I really feel like Cipher from the Matrix. I'm choosing not to know. I'm choosing to be ignorant. I'm choosing to go back in the cave to stay, not even go back to stay in the cave. That's really sad. So I'm glad I'm finally questioning myself, and not only questioning myself, but pushing myself to actually do something about it. To not just say, "Oh, I should be better." I just realized I'm mixing my analogies, but that's all right. There's no plan, there's no stuff. So I'm thinking about what I've been doing. I think it's mostly been moving in, getting comfortable. We're in a new area, so that's been fun. You know what? I've picked up running. I picked up running. Running's been fun. It's a lot more fun than swimming. I mean, depends. You're seeing a lot more interesting stuff. I've had a lot of fun just because I'm in a new neighborhood, so it's been fun just running around. Like just literally, I just go out my apartment and then I pick a direction to run in, and I run that way for however long, like in 30 minutes, and then I go another 15 minutes another way. Then I spend run 15 minutes back. So it's good. It's good. And we're doing different stuff. You're learning about the neighborhood. You're seeing different things. You're seeing different sights. And I think that's what I like about running is whereas, when I used to swim, you kind of look down at the floor and the same thing, you just kind of go back and forth. Running, you get to see different vistas. And so that's always keeps it interesting, keeps it entertaining. You don't really get tired of it. I think the only thing is, and I learned about this yesterday, is it's a lot more high impact than swimming. I kind of messed up my knee yesterday, so I after I finished running and I was just kind of trying to stretch it out, I realized it was pretty gone. I think it's feeling a lot better, so I'm excited for tomorrow to go out and do the same thing over and over again. So that'll be good. But it's really interesting. I was looking at like other runners, so they had like I don't know, Nike was doing some kind of run, like I don't even know what it was, like night run or something like that. And I think it's just so interesting, like running. Like this is my first time ever really doing something like this, and it's just interesting seeing how much like kill aura runners get. Everyone gets out of the way for runners, and I think it's just like the most interesting observation I see. And it's not just like regular people. Like it's not just like the couple who's walking their dog that gets out of the way for runners. It's the pregnant ladies. It's the elderly people who are getting out of the way of the runner, which I just think is the most. I mean, I think in any other circumstance that is just absolutely backwards. And so I'm just like, I just think it's so interesting. Me just sitting on my bench, just seeing that happen. And also, like the weirdest thing, I'm like, people don't have kids anymore. People, instead of getting kids, people have dogs here. It is so. I swear, for every couple, like they have two dogs or something like that. And I don't know. I'm assuming it's just maybe it's like a test trial. Maybe you get like the dog for a year or two, and then you maybe then you're like, okay, I can do a dog. Maybe then I commit to the baby. Maybe that's how it works. It's like the dog's got a kind of free subscription, and then you finally go on the payment plan or something like that. But it's just interesting. It's just interesting. LA's a very different place. Very different. Oh, and actually, okay, now I finally said it. Yeah, I mean the big news that's going on. I guess that's maybe that's the reason that I'm finally doing this because I feel like I've had this on my mind for, I mean, the last few days. But I think the thing that kind of pushed it over the edge were the current events that's happening here right now. And it's scary. It's scary. I mean, for me at least, you know, it's a terrifying thought to think that if I forget my wallet at home to go get groceries, I could be arrested. I could be detained for days or whatnot, and that's frightening. And it's frightening to think that people have to live through that reality all the time. To think that my humanity can be stripped just because I lack a piece of paper because I forgot it at home or something like that. That's that's not just terrifying. That's macabre. Yeah, I'm no longer a person anymore because I don't have a piece of paper. Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting in silence with that for a second. I mean, I think that's partially why I've been cooped up in my apartment this entire day. Truthfully, I was supposed to go into work today, and my work got canceled because of what's going on in downtown LA. And I think almost any other day, you get that text saying, "Oh, work's canceled. I'm going out. I'm gonna go hang out with someone. I'm gonna go say hi." And I stayed in all day today. Maybe it's a subconscious thing that I didn't leave. But I mean, I know I have to go out. I have to cook tonight. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been trying to. So with the kitchen I now got, I'm trying to master like a different dish a week. So this week I was mastering just like a classic like bean and cheese burrito. I'm trying to get that really right, get the ratio right, get the temp right, get the timing right. So that's been really fun. Get the beans right. I need to find like my go-to beans. Right now I've been mostly using pinto beans, but I might try black beans. Those might be good, but yeah, so that's what I've been doing. But that's been really fun. I've been recommended I should do pasta. I don't know, like I think spaghetti would be fun, but like spaghetti's like I don't know. I don't like angel. Not that I don't like. I mean, it's just like the shape of it, but like I don't know why. Angel hair just like does not have that same oomph. I don't know. So maybe I'll like do like ravioli with marinara sauce. Like that sounds really good. So I need to decide what I want to do this week. But that I've been having fun learning to do that. Oh, and actually speaking of that, I got to do the dishes still. I'll probably do that after. Truthfully, I actually like doing the dishes. Maybe okay, maybe like's not the right quite the right word, but I do find it therapeutic. I think it's the same kind of therapy a lot of people get when they pray the rosary or they just kind of like meditate or something like that. You just kind of get lost in your thoughts and you're not even lost in I mean, maybe not even lost in your thoughts is the right word, but you get lost in the activity. You're just so focused that everything kind of goes away. It's a kind of flow state of the whatever the thing is. So that's good. That's good. It's good that I have something like that. It's good that I know that that is something like that for me. You know, that's good. Truthfully, I wanted this to be a lot more humorous, but I'm realizing either I just cannot be funny for that long, or maybe I'm just not that funny of a person. I don't know. So this is definitely different. I tend to be like, I think a pretty good listener. So I'm always good at kind of building off what people are saying and listening at what they're saying and hearing that out and seeing, what might be interesting to ask them more about. So it's fascinating to maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should just listen to what I'm saying and then ask myself questions about what it seems like I'm trying to get across. That might be interesting. So, what have been kind of like the highlights of this week? Oh, I mean, I've been having fun. I'm working through a textbook right now. I don't know, people don't like textbooks. I was talking to, I don't remember why. Who was I don't remember who I was having this conversation with, but I was telling them, like, I like textbooks. I think, dude, they're literally, textbooks are like made to be understandable and they give you practice problems. And so you kind of like get to master a skill. Like most other books, you don't master skills like that, which I just think is so cool. So, anyway, right now I'm working through a logic textbook. And so I think I'm like 100 pages in. And man, I mean, it's a little frustrating to not be going through it faster. Uh, I'm trying to do like a chapter a day, but it's just really hard to do that. Like to read the chapter, understand it, and then also do the exercises. It's just like a lot. So for the most part, it's been, I read the chapter, I do some of that, like half the exercises, and then I start the next day doing the other half of the exercise and starting the next chapter. So that's been good. That's been good. I definitely can feel like my learning. I can definitely feel my brain's working. Um, so that's been fun, kind of self-teaching that. I need to find like a good place to not even study, just like to hang out and to kind of like work in. I went to like a bookstore, like a commercial bookstore nearby, and it's like no, it's I was gonna say it was good, but no, it's really not. It's pretty bad. They have no seating, and it's just like you're a bookstore. Come on, like I don't know. Like it's not like I'm just comparing it to like Mexico City when I was there. Like there was oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the bookstore. If I remember it, maybe I'll post in the description or no, I won't. I won't. I'm not gonna do that. But what the point being, there was like a bookstore in Mexico City that actually had seating, and I just walk in here and it's like it's not that it doesn't feel welcoming, but it's like you're not allowed to like relax. It's a come and go kind of thing. Once you get what you need, you kind of shuffled out. That just seemed like so not sad, but just disappointing. Disappointing. So that's something that I need to work on. Maybe I'll go to the library, but I don't. The only problem is it's like the library is like an awkward distance away. So it's like not quite far enough to walk, but it's also like not really worth driving to every day. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I'll let you know if I find something. Actually, I'll just probably go do that. Maybe I'll say it on the next week's thing. Well, I guess not next week. 6 days. 6 days from now, because I'm gonna try to move this to Sunday. Make this a more regular thing. Anyway, oh my gosh, I didn't see the fights. Was it Saturday? Damn, it was Saturday. Yeah, I didn't see the MMA fights, but I wanted to go watch that. I mean, I was just so exhausted. I don't remember what I did. I just remember being so tired that day. I think I was hanging out with people or something like that. Good, good for me. Good for me for doing something that was exhausting. People. I don't do that enough. I need to push myself more often. So good for you. I would give myself a pat on the back, but I ain't that flexible, so we're not gonna do that. Probably throw out my hip or something like that. Speaking of which, my yoga instructor's out. Unfortunately, I think she's on vacation, which good for her. But I'm definitely I need to stretch out. I can feel my hips tight. Um, and it's not something like you notice immediately. It's kind of like aging. You just kind of like one day you just kind of realize it, like, oh damn it, I'm old. But I feel it. I feel it. I just need to stretch out, and especially with like the knee. I don't know if I'm forgetting if I mentioned that already, but I was running and then I kind of messed up my knee. I mean, I wouldn't say messed up. Now it feels a lot better, but I definitely like was just doing a little too much impact on it. So definitely need to incorporate some stretching. For the most part, like when I try a new habit or I build like a new propensity, I tend to just kind of do it because like that's like the most important thing is just like doing it and doing it. So I like try not to overwhelm myself by doing too much prep work or something like that, because then that's when it like becomes a problem when you make the task seem so big that you just don't want to do it at all. So I just try to just do whatever the new thing I'm doing is. So I haven't been stretching before I run, but so that kind of bit me in the ass finally, which is good, which is good. I think I'm at a point where I can finally like say I can't say I'm a runner, but I can say I can say I run, but I wouldn't call myself a runner yet. So we'll do that eventually. We'll get there. But yeah, it's been swell. It's been fantastic. It's been tube-tacular. But the thing I still want to get back into swimming. I just love swimming so much. Swimming just feels good, especially since it's not as high impact. And I do like the fact that okay, but besides the fact that the view is just so much more boring, just the fact that you're able to kind of focus on your muscles a little more, just like to really focus on the stretch. I feel like whereas you when you're running, you kind of just like are focused on your legs, and you can't like that's not true totally because you have to pay attention to your posture and like how you're moving your arms, but it just like feels a lot more active, engaging your core and your legs and your lats and your back. Like I enjoy that aspect of swimming. But I really like the reason I'm really sad is being so far from the coast right now is like I really want to get into to open water swimming. I'm a little intimidated, but somebody in my run club told me that their boyfriend does that. So I might reach out to them, see if I could join in, hop in, something like that. I need to see if they use a wetsuit or not. I'm assuming they use a wetsuit, which I'm fortunate that I have. And actually, okay, speaking of wetsuits, I need to go get my friend's surfboards. He left them over the summer. He told me I could go use them. I haven't been surfing yet, and I mean it's partially because I'm so far now, but I think that might be a good day thing to do. To tell people like to go surfing in the morning, drive over to the coast, go surfing, and then hang out with friends in the evening. I think that'd be a good plan. So I need to go pick up those surfboards and do that. It's just been I haven't surfed in a long time since I mean it just feels like it was just like yes like last week with the LA fires. So all the water was so slushy and just had so much just garbage in it and soot. So it was just unsurfable, unswimmable, unsafe. And so I haven't been able to go do that in a while. So I'm excited to do that finally. Yesterday was fun. I went to service. That was good. I hung out with some people. That was good. I was fun. It was fun. The service was super good because I got to meet some people I don't normally hang out with in the organization. So I'm excited to get to know people better. I think super great opportunity. And a different opportunity. I think I've done that route before only once with another guy, so it was riveting doing something different like that. For once. Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking. Oh, I'm recalling back to my tire getting blown out. The other day, I had to go get my. It was a good sign. It was a visit. I had a vicissitude the other day when my I woke up and I was walking by my car and I was like, oh, I should probably move it over. I wasn't going to get into my car. I was going to go get some juice, but I like the local market that I like to walk to. But I walk by my car and then I'm realizing, oh shoot, I shouldn't probably move that over so it's closer. So I turn it on, start driving, and I just like realize that I'm like uneven. It looks like I felt like I was sinking into like a hole or something. So then I'm driving, or not even driving, like I start backing up, and then I just decide, okay, I'm getting out. And I just see like my tires completely flat, completely flat, like deflated, like air is gone. And so I get out, and turned out my there was a big old fat nail in there. So that was a good surprise, pleasant one, and I'm very glad that happened when I was not doing anything important. That would have been horrible to, especially to show up to work and be like, oh, my tire's out. So I'm glad that happened, at least the day that it happened, because I had nothing going on. Didn't have to stress too much. Didn't have to cancel anything with people. This is good. I'm excited to hang out with people. I think that's like one of my favorite activities. I love learning about new people. Not even new people, just learning about people in general. I think it's so interesting getting to know new people. And actually, I was talking to someone about this. Probably a hot take I have is I feel more comfortable around a group of strangers than my friends a lot of the time. I'm not sure how to explain it. It just, I don't know why. Just being around a stranger and being like, you don't know me, and I could do whatever, something, and then like I don't know, just that idea that kind of I get a kind of courage being like, oh, I can be a different person in front, or not even in front of you, but like you don't know who I am. Like I don't know why. That just seems enjoyable, pleasant, just affirming. I'm not sure. Something about that. I'm not sure why. I don't know. That's just like seems like a really weird tension I have. But you know, no plans. So this was good talk, I think. You know, I'm sure these will get better as I do it more often. But for the most part, I think that was a good one. Good one. I'm excited to do this next week, I think. I don't know if I'd say excited, look forward, but maybe next time I'll come in with a bit of a script. Probably not even a script, but perhaps talking points might be good to kind of have an idea of what I'm going to talk about. But for the most part, I want to keep these pretty off the head, off the dome, off the brainiacs, smooth sailing. So everyone have a good day. You enjoy yourself. I don't know what you got going in your life, but there's somebody that cares about you, somebody who loves you, somebody who is willing to hear you out. And if you really can't think of someone, then send me a message. I'll hear you out. I'd love to hear you out. I like talking to people, like I mentioned. So never give up. Remember that failure is just a definition, it's a matter of what you set as the bar. And so keep being you. And, you're awesome. Peace.